In order to create your first local Netgrif application, you need to visit Netgrif's webpage, where you can find a link to the Community Edition GitHub or simply find Netgrif on GitHub. Two repositories that you're gonna need to create your 3-tier Java-based project are the Netgrif Backend Application Starter and the Netgrif Frontend Application Starter. These are template projects which you can use and create your own repositories. Requirements to run your backend project are 3 databases: Mongo Database, Elasticsearch, Redis, and Java version 11+. If your IDE does not contain embedded Maven, please install it locally on your PC as well. All necessary links that you will need to start your app are mentioned in the description. In this initial tutorial, we are using IDE Visual Studio Code. This IDE allows you to run both the backend and frontend of the Netgrif Starter application. Visual Studio Code is free to use, as well as the Netgrif Community Edition. It is not the only IDE that you need in order to run your Netgrif projects. You can use any IDE that suits you. For example, IntelliJ and Eclipse are good alternatives. Here you can see a list of extensions that we are using within our Visual Studio Code. The most important one is the Maven for Java, which allows you to work with Maven project configurations and run specific lifecycles. Once you have your Maven for Java extensions running, you can run Verify Lifecycle. This will download all necessary dependencies, install them into the local repository, and create a Java jar file. You don't have to download all necessary databases. You can use our Docker Compose configuration to run them. In order to do that, you have to have Windows Subsystem for Linux downloaded and Docker itself. Everything else can be done by composing up the Docker Compose YAML file. At the time when databases are running and your jar file is executable, the only thing you have to do is run your Java application. In this tutorial, we will go with the execution of the jar file that was generated into the target folder. You will know that your application is correctly running as logs will contain a Netgrif application engine in the square message. For initialization of front-end project, you need to follow the same procedure as for the back-end. Copy template repository, download zip file, extract zip file, open the IDE and open folder of the project within the IDE. The only requirement for the Netgrif Front-End Application Starter project is to install Node.js locally. Node.js contains npm. npm is the package manager for the Node JavaScript platform. All important dependencies or packages for the Netgrif Front-End Application Starter project are in the package.json file, so all you need to do is to type npm install and wait till installation is done. When the installation is finished, even Angular dependencies that are necessary to run your front-end application are installed. In the same console typing serve that will start your Netgrif Application Starter application. The structure of your Netgrif web application is created by NAE JSON file. By this file, applications views are generated. In the initial application, there are 2 main views: login and side navigation that consists of multiple other views, as for example, all cases and all tasks or workflows. You are free to add here your own views and then generate them by Angular schematics. Congratulations, your own Netgrif Application Engine project is successfully running on your local machine. By default, link to your application is localhost on port 4200. The username is super@netgrif.com and the password is word password. As mentioned before, everything important will be in the description below. Have a nice day and see you next time.